There we go. Well, hey, y'all are this afternoon. This is your buddy George Jones over here at the Knob Creek Gun Range in beautiful Bullitt County, Kentucky. For my next installment on, hey, I got this OU's gun. The OU's gun I got today is a gun that's been out for about almost 10 years now. This is the Taurus G3. Now this is the larger brother of the Taurus PT111 G2. So this is a more duty size version of that gun. It's just like the 111 G2, except it's a little bit longer and a little bit taller. The magazine capacity is a little higher. The magazines that came with this gun are a 17 round with a finger extension and a standard 15 round. There's not a whole lot you can say about it. It's a good old Taurus. I mean, you know, you can't hardly beat it with a stick. The features are, it has 3-dot sights and they're all the same color. It has loaded round indicator by vesture of this little cut in the top of the chamber area of the barrel. It has refire. So if you have a dud, you can just relax the trigger and pull her again. Just like a double action revolver. The takedown is much in the same way you would find on a Glock. It does not have ambidextrous magazine release. It does have manual safety, and models of this are available without manual safety. The slide stop is located here, okay, and is easily accessible with the right thumb. It does not have a cocked action indicator. Of course, it has refire, so it doesn't need to have a cocked action indicator. Okay, you pull the trigger and it's ready to go, and if it don't go, you can pull it again, providing you got one in it. Of course, you can check it here. So if you've got one in it, it's ready to go regardless of, you don't really need a cocked action indicator. So I just recently got this gun and I intend to use it as a duty gun because the man from the state capitals reviewed us and said that an 80-year-old design out of production for 40 years was not appropriate duty carry for an officer. So I had to quit carrying my Star BM, and now I've got to have something new and fangledy, which I've chosen this because I'm not a fan of Glocks. It's easy to holster up. It's scalloped off on the front, so it's easy to get into a holster. It has charging serrations on the front of the slide where I don't like to see them. I don't think that anybody ought to go and charge a weapon by putting their hand forward of the breech area of the gun anywhere. It's an open invitation to disaster. It has 3 cuts of Picatinny and 1 section of solid Picatinny on it, so you can actually put something on there. I wouldn't put a laser. If I was going to put something on there, I'd put a flashlight on there with a rocker, you know, to where you could rock it up and turn it on, or rock it down and put it on temporary, like one of the Streamlight models. Having said all of that, let's give it a try. Turning around here, I've got a old style Ipsy cardboard combat target up down there. We're going to put a few in it and see how it shoots at this range from the bench. Run one up in her, use the old magazine monopod, see how she actually shoots with a struck sight at 15 yards. It's a low down shame right there. There we go. Get that trigger under control, Jones. Just like its little brother, It's got a funny trigger and you got to get used to it. I haven't fired a G2 in a long time, and a G3 works just like it. All right, that's enough. From economy of motion, let's go down there and take a look at it. Ed, just pick that whole tripod. Take that thing, just take it all with us. Take the whole thing with us. Okay, so forgetting about how creepy the trigger is, this is my first two right there, and it looks like I went through right there, hit that target frame, and got this spalling effect here. My next one was here. Then when I realized I needed to bring that trigger under some kind of control, you know, I started getting these. So this is 15 yards, you know. You'd have to have a pretty picky law enforcement agency qualification standard not to be able to get qualified with this kind of marksmanship. So I don't know how good I shoot the gun, but the gun shoots pretty good for a gun in the price range that it's in. Which is, if you've been watching my videos, I'm not allowed to mention the price of a firearm on YouTube anymore. So we've been using the finger standard. So it's in the, something like, I don't know, that, and maybe about half of one of these. Yeah, it's about 2 3/4 fingers. Yeah, going to the bar and telling me you want 2 3/4 fingers of a Taurus. They got their rules. We're gonna work around them somehow. Who has this gun? Well, I'll tell you who has this gun. Who has this gun is a person with a need to buy their own duty sidearm, okay, has this gun. A person who is a security guard, bodyguard, night watchman type of person who's doesn't have to put a whole lot of money into a firearm, but on the other hand, he needs one. Like that. Good home defense firearm. Won't absolutely break the budget of a household in order to have it in there. Good knockabout gun, good pickup truck gun, good boat gun. You know, you live in Alaska and you're required to have a gun on an airplane. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? But in Alaska, they require you to have a gun on your airplane. If you're a bush plane. They don't require you to have a gun on Alaska Airways, but they require you to have one on your J3 Cub if you're flying in the backcountry, you know, along with a certain amount of Sailor Boy pilot bread and buying any sausages and axes and so forth. Okay, so anyway, good all-around economy price firearm if you need a good full-size 9mm pistol. Well, that's about the size of it for this installment. I got this old used gun, and this particular gun was bought used. So it qualifies as I got this old used gun. Like to take sheriff by, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me a little $1 in the Patreon bucket if you don't do it. If you don't, well, I keep right on making content for you. Check on the old people in your community. Be a good citizen. Participate. Go to school board meetings. You know, go to city council meetings. You don't like the way things are running? Go watch them not run it right. And then get in them for it. Be nice, but be vigilant. God bless everyone, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now.